Good afternoon. Happy 4th of July. We are going to be talking for a minute about what is happening in America right now. We know that America is a sponsored nation by God, by the Ascended Master Saint Germain, who was embodied as the father of Jesus, Saint Joseph, and in many other lifetimes. He is the Ascended Master behind Uncle Sam. He is the Ascended Master behind In God We Trust. And there is an extraordinary betrayal happening right now on behalf of the American people, on behalf of those who have true patriotic hearts, on behalf of this nation. And what I'm referring to right now is the fact that our Congress and our elected representatives are moving forward to combine our military with the Israeli military. And what does that mean? That means we don't have to give aid to Israel anymore. It was actually their idea, of course, so that it looks like we're not giving them aid. Instead, they're going to have access to everything. Our intelligence, they're going to be supplying us with weapons. And we're going to, from this point forward, be doing everything together. What does it mean from a spiritual perspective? It means that America will receive the direct karmic kickback on all of the atrocities that are going on right now and that have been going on, whether it's Palestine or Lebanon or Iran. And from what I've seen this morning, they're planning to go back into Iran in probably a few weeks, unless our prayers really make a difference, which at this point, the betrayal is so immense. Have you ever, in the history of humankind, seen a nation, a sovereign nation, especially the United States of America, the nation of Saint Germain, be sold out to a little man that is a puppet for the Rothschilds? And his diabolical disrespect for human life, including children. And what does this mean in the long run? Besides the fact that we are now going to be run militarily by Israel, it means that we are going to have our sons and daughters potentially drafted into the future for Israeli wars. It's a very small step away. And I ponder all this and I ask myself, is there any country in civilized history that has ever done this, that has ever given its military access and complete rights to another nation? This is basically a takeover. This is basically an invasion without the invasion. And the invasion of the United States of America. Completely. And people aren't blinking about it, hardly. And then you see people like Tucker Carlson and others who have a tremendous flame of patriotism and have demonstrated that flame being witch hunted. And so I have been thinking a lot about Saint Germain today, and I felt like it was important for me to speak out about this. And Saint Germain told us he dedicated many of his lives to the Middle East. And we know Saint Germain was one of the old patriarchs of Israel. And so I'm talking about the biblical Israel, not the Zionist nation state that's killing children left, right, and center. We have just sold out our sovereignty on this 250th anniversary that everybody's celebrating. Actually, I shouldn't say everybody, but that a lot of people are celebrating as some kind of liberation. We have literally sold our nation out completely. And nobody wants to wake up to that fact. Saint Germain said, we can give the mantra, Saint Germain, I bear thy cross. This is the beginning of the age of Aquarius. Saint Germain is being persecuted on all fronts, and we see that the lack of liberty, of true liberty that is in the capstone of the pyramid right now, has fully spread its nefarious spirit to the White House, which is supposed to be a retreat of the Great White Brotherhood. And I don't know how long it's going to take for this to fully be implemented. But we see how fast they have been acting in South Lebanon. So hope for the best, pray for the best, and let's call a spade a spade. I pray we don't lose Saint Germain's dispensation and sponsorship of our nation. But this is pretty close, and so it is in the capstone of the pyramid. Happy 4th of July, in the spirit of liberty. True liberty.